pizzerias, all the restaurants and art galleries, and he was drunk, extremely drunk, walking up and down the sidewalk.
No.
He got hungry. Yeah. He got hungry, and he walked into the Lahaina Grill. Wanted to eat? Well, there's a popular restaurant, there was a waiting list. So the hostess told him there's a waiting list, and she was wanting to take his name. He said, no, I want to be seated right away. I'm a celebrity. So she told him again, sorry, sir, can't see you. It wouldn't be fair to the other guests. They're all waiting. You know, we have to get your name on the list. No, he was getting belligerent. He was getting rude and raising his voice to the hostess. So finally, I guess one of the residents of Lahaina defended the hostess. He was getting tired of hearing Charlie Sheen, you know, harass the hostess. So he stood up, walked up to Charlie Sheen and said, you're drunk, you're being an idiot. Nobody cares if you're a celebrity. Sit down and shut up and wait like everybody else. Charlie Sheen got in his face. And it's escalating, getting worse and worse. And out of nowhere, Charlie Sheen spits in his face. And when the guy caught him off guard, when the guy realized Charlie Sheen spit in his face, he came from right field and laid him out with one punch. Out, like a light, in the lobby of the restaurant. Eyes rolled above his head, he was out. But it got way worse because, well, number one, instead of people rendering aid, half of the restaurant got up and circled Charlie Sheen with their phones. Yeah, that's Charlie Sheen right here. He's knocked out, eyes rolled above his head, and here in the Lahaina Grill. That's probably how TMZ got the video. But when paramedics showed up, and when the police showed up, this guy was going crazy. This guy was trying to get to Charlie Sheen again and stomp him. He wanted to hurt Charlie Sheen really bad. And the cops had to tase him and pepper spray him. This guy was going absolutely ballistic. They threw him in the back of the unit and they said, hey guy, you better calm yourself down. We don't know what, we know he spit in your face, but you better mellow out. This guy was screaming, Charlie Sheen has AIDS. That's right. He has HIV. He spit right in the guy's face. That is a disgusting thing to do, let alone have a deadly disease. So the cop said, what, are you sure? He goes, yeah, the guy has got AIDS. And he was freaking out. So they walked up to Charlie Sheen in the back of the ambulance. He was still kind of looped from getting knocked out. And they said, hey guy, listen, this guy's over here going ballistic on you because he said you spit in his face. You got AIDS? He goes, no, I don't have AIDS. I have HIV. Genius. Oh yeah, it's not that serious then. What were we thinking, So the paramedics tried to put the guy's mind at ease, and they told him, listen, the chances of you contracting this disease that way is highly unlikely. However, they did have one concern, and they asked him, they said, did it get in your eyes because we're worried about it getting through your tear ducts? And he said, yes, I got it in my eyes. So, to be safe, this poor guy, they still said it's highly unlikely he'll contract anything, but they said, just to be certain, for the next 7 years, every 6 months, he's got to get an HIV test now because Charlie Sheen spit in his face. Isn't that a crime? That's a crime, I thought. But he was not arrested. That is a civil lawsuit. That's a civil suit if I ever seen one. That is distress. I would be stressed out for the next 7 years wondering if I'm going to get that disease. But, so you can see why that his attorney doesn't want the public seeing this, because he has HIV. So he ought to be ashamed of himself for doing that. That's disgusting. But I'm going to give you guys a heads up. This is yet to go public. Sure, you guys know about this. This is going to happen in the near future. He's not a celebrity, but this person is, if he gets away with what he's doing, he'll change the landscape of these islands forever. The tourism will be affected drastically. The residents will be affected on all of our islands. He's not a celebrity. He's a jerk. I never want to meet this guy. I do not want to meet him. And that's Zuckerberg, the Facebook CEO. He's buying up a lot of land here, which is great. No problem. Oprah Winfrey bought 1,500 acres. Have at it, buy as much land as you want. We don't have a problem with it. But he's focused on the island of Kauai right now, and he's buying 7,000 plus acres there. So this huge parcel of land stretches across the mountain and then it begins to taper off the mountain as it heads towards the ocean. Well, he's livid right now with our Hawaii state government. He's saying he's going to use all of his resources and take this to the Supreme Court if he has to. He said he's mad. He feels he's being ripped off and he's not getting what he's paying for. He's not. What he's grumbling about is something that's been state law for over 70 years. He should have done his research. And that is when you get in a plane or a helicopter and you fly around the perimeter of all of our islands, you're going to see a layer of white around the perimeter of all of them. That's white sandy beach. And it is all open to the public. It's all public access. Nothing is privatized. That's why here you can gather up 50 of your friends and family and pick the fanciest resort you want, the Montage, the Ritz-Carlton, whatever you want. Go right in front of that resort. Put up your tents, your barbecue grills right on that white sandy beach, and never will a security guard come up to you and say, hey guys, sorry, you guys got to back up and go. This is for hotel patrons only, private property. Never. That's public access. Everybody gets to enjoy that beach. Zuckerberg was pissed off because he had a meeting at the state office on Kauai. They were zoning out the property to show him what he was going to be getting. They gave him everything he wanted and had to take out a small portion of that white sandy beach. You ought to see what he's grumbling about. The majority of the acreage is across the mountain. By the time it tapers off and gets to the beachfront, he's grumbling about less than 30 yards of white sand that he can't get in that 7,000 acres, and he went off in that place. Telling him to put it back in. He wants it. It's beachfront. That's why he's buying it. He wants the beachfront. They kept telling him during the meeting, we can't do it. It's state law. We'll give you everything up into that beach line, and that's it. It's only 30 yards. He was furious. They finally said, Mr. Zuckerberg, we don't know how else to tell you. This has been state law for over 7 years. We cannot take it out. It's just a little bit of land. We're giving you everything you want. He cut the meeting short, ended it. He said, that's it. I'm taking the state of Hawaii to court. He's already filed. It's going to be a landmark case. He's going to try and privatize everything. Now, this we're going to affect for all the islands because it's a state of Hawaii court case. So, what's getting scary is because he is a high-profile name, so all these big-time attorneys in the nation are coming on local TV and they're analyzing the case. And they said, Zuckerberg, with his unlimited resources, he's got attorneys on this that specialize in this particular type of law that he's paying up to $2,500 an hour. And he said with his unlimited resources and the attorneys that he has on this, he has a good chance of changing the state law. He has a good chance of winning, they said. Now, Ohana, I don't know if you realize this, but that would absolutely devastate these islands if he does this. It would change the landscape forever. It would drastically affect tourism. Because if he wins that case, what's going to happen immediately is all your beachfront resorts are now going to rope off their areas. It's private property. You can't come on. All the beachfront restaurants roped off private property. All the beachfront homeowners roped off private property. It's going to reduce all of that white sandy beach access to the public to a fraction, and you're going to have to hunt for something public to lay out and enjoy the beach. All because Zuckerberg got to have that 30 yards of white sand to call his own. He doesn't care about the public. He cares about himself. That would affect all of the islands, not just Kauai. And he refuses to back down. We had 2 politicians reach out to him that said, Mr. Zuckerberg, let's meet halfway, let's talk about this. This would drastically affect the islands and tourism. We've got to find some middle ground here, let's talk. One of those politicians went on TV a few days later, local TV, and said in all his years of service to Hawaii, he has never been talked to with such disrespect as he was that day by Zuckerberg. He cussed the politician out and told him, talk to my attorney, I have nothing to say to you guys. He's livid. He feels he's being ripped off. So we're hoping for the best because that would, people that come here that find out they have to hunt for an area to lay out on the beach, they'll say, well, why am I here? I'll just go someplace else. The tourism would just absolutely drop out. I mean, to even think of it is terrible. They talked about Waikiki because that is one of the main destinations here when you come to the islands. How many of you that have been to Hawaii before had a chance to go walking up and down Waikiki Beach?
Been there.
Right? Just nothing but white sandy beach you can lay out anywhere, right? Well, they talked about Waikiki in particular if that law changes. They said if you're staying on one of those beachfront hotels, what's going to happen now is you're going to have a wristband put around your wrist that identifies you to that hotel. From there, once you check in, the only place you'll be able to lay out on the beach is that small patch of white sand in front of the hotel that you registered to because you're a patron of that hotel. You can stay there. If you get up and you walk further down the beach and you're laying out in front of another hotel, your wristband is not going to match up with that wristband that's attached to that hotel. Security can come up to you and tell you, you got to go. They want to save this area for hotel patrons only. You got to leave. I cannot imagine the island being that way. And I know I'm getting political here, folks, but I don't mean to get political, but this has nothing to do with 30 yards of white sand anymore. This is another powerful man who has been told no. And his ego is getting the best of him, and he's like, watch my money turn this into a yes. And that's what this is about.
Yes.
This is ego, and he wants to sacrifice the islands for it. So, if I met him, I'd probably take him to a mongoose petting zoo. That's what I do. That's what I do. Put your face by him. They're friendly. Go ahead. I can't stand that guy. I can't stand him now. I didn't know much about him before, but now I want nothing to do with him. I'll never support him. I mean, if he would have done his research, he would have known right there, I can't get the white sandy beach in public access. He wants to blame the state of Hawaii. So, praying for the best.